What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I saw this story and I wanted to try to use it as an opportunity to give y'all some game real quick. I saw a story where I think it was Adam Sandler's daughter was being mistreated inside of a Gucci store. Being mistreated inside of this place that sold expensive handbaggery. And they didn't know who she was. She called her dad. Dad shows up and, according to the story, spends about $300,000 on handbags and different items in the store, but gives the sale to another employee instead of the one that was mistreating his daughter, so the other salesperson could get the commission. This my deal. I'm not finna reward you or your company by spending a bunch of money just to prove that I got it when you mistreated me or mistreated who I'm with, mistreated my people. Now, black folks deal with this type of stuff all the time. We've been dealing with it in our neighborhoods for decades upon decades because we live in neighborhoods where other cultures come in and they set up shop and they talk crazy to us. They hurry up and buy. They follow you around. They mistreat you, disrespect you. And on top of that, they never put anything back into the community. They never. You got all these different cultures that have come into our community and they set up laundromats, convenience stores, nail shops, you buy, we fry fish markets, and they never, ever say, you know what, we want to set up a scholarship fund for some neighborhood children to go to college. Hey, you know what, we want to do this, we want to do, never. And we keep rewarding them by going back. So I understand the flex, but I'm just a person you're not going to get my money when I feel like you don't respect me as a person, as a customer, or you've prejudged me based on what my appearance is and what you perceive that appearance to represent. So you're going to look me up and down and tell me that, hey, you know that one right there, that one cost a lot. As if I didn't know where I walked into the door. I didn't know where I was when I walked into the door. And like I tell brothers and sisters all the time, man, it's so many of us that are creating products, that are creating merchandise. And I'm not just talking about T-shirts, I ain't no disrespect because we all hustle with our T-shirts and hats or whatever it is we make. But respectfully, T-shirts, you having some T-shirts ain't a clothing line. A clothing line is going to consist of multiple items, multiple products, not just a shirt that you printed your logo or some stuff on. But the point I'm making is that we would be better served to say, all right, man, you know what? If that brother over there, he makes handbags, but y'all don't support him because it don't have Gucci on it, because it ain't Louis Vuitton, or it's not Michael Kors, or one of these high-end designers where it's high-end for the price. And a lot of times when you go down the rabbit hole into the manufacturing of that stuff, it don't really cost much to make. And the same material they use, you can access it too, if you know how to go through the proper channels to get it. But we are just so faulty wired that we'll go spend $2,500 on a Gucci bag this big or this small, and your brother comes out with some good quality stuff, and man, he don't want but $500 for it. You go crazy. But the original point I was making is that, man, don't reward nobody who don't respect you and don't respect your dollar. You know, that company came out on top based on Adam Sandler deciding that he wanted to prove, hey, I'm gonna show y'all who I am and I'm gonna make y'all regret it. No, you didn't make them regret it. The employee may have regretted it because of whatever commission that they missed out on, but the company, like the head of the company somewhere, like, whoa, do that again. We might need to implement that as a strategy to try to make sure more celebrities come in and flex. I've seen stuff like that happen to people like Oprah. I remember one time Oprah got humbled overseas. They either didn't know who she was, which I find it hard to believe they didn't know who she was. I think they knew who she was, and they just used it as an opportunity to, to display some racism and to somebody with a big name. They wanted to try to knock her down a peg, but yeah, I'm gonna handle that situation the way it was handled, the way Selena handled it in that movie. Y'all remember the Selena movie? If y'all go watch the movie Selena with Jennifer Lopez, same thing happened. She took one of her homegirls shopping, and the homegirl was in the store, and they was trying on the dress, and the salesman was looking at them all like they can't afford it. You know that dress costs, and she named whatever price it was, and Selena looked like, oh, this what we doing? And then all of a sudden, they was at this mall, and thousands of people found out Selena was in there, and they started crowding around, and the lady was looking like, who is that? And Selena at the end just said, you know what? We don't want the dress. We changed our mind. That's how you handle that. You don't get nobody no money who looking down on you. You know, that money could have went in so many other different directions, and so many other companies and businesses that would have appreciated that dollar, or those dollars. Y'all keep that in mind, man. Quit rewarding people who, and that's just not in business, it's in life. Quit rewarding people, man, who don't have no respect for you. You trying to prove what you are. You trying to prove your status and try to prove what level you on, man. You ain't got, not to them, really not to nobody, but reward those who deserve it, man. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.